AO and the Alligators versus Link and the Clownfish. The first match will be Rainmaker on Muscle Forge Fitness. Let's get into this. So looking at those comps, we see two pros come out, and Bloblobber on low. He gets to bring out what he wants to do.
And you see that pop
instantly.
It's
what he wants. He is a pop and run player, and I do not doubt by the end of this game there will be one push made by low that will, if they're not careful, instantly their lead's gone.
That's right. And Alligators with first use of the Rainmaker. Let's see how they go.
Ooh, Cat's trying to deal with a bit of rain. 30 point. It's good. It's a good 30-second push. Cat's trying to hold the team here a bit.
Nice Booyah.
Booyah has pushed Cat out, but she's still got a splat. She must have thrown something down there.
I think one of her chickens doing some work for her.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she's great with those chickens. Lobsters.
Ooh, Murray. Just waiting.
Murray with the disrespect and just keeping that Brella down, that Dynamo. Ooh. AO is gone. We come back to Murray, killing someone else again.
Oh, he gets another.
He needs a bit of space between these flicks, and someone knew it was probably better to get out there than face a Murray flick.
And I think they've spotted Murray as well.
Murray's been taken down, but also the Rainmaker's been taken down very quickly by Kozzy, who's showing his form today. AO jumps up there. Is he going for a second? He might not have the steam. He's got a lot of chip damage.
Great shot off Murray though. Very nice work on the inkjet.
Flicked back with the inkjet as well. Kozzy getting his double, stopping that push, which is great. Lobster has found himself in a tricky situation.
I think he would have jumped out if he didn't have the tensors on him. I think that's what he was trying to for, because he was the last one left there.
Okay, cool. So now we're watching Cat trying to basically gain some ground. They're got to be careful behind and in front of them.
Yeah, they're kind of hemmed in here.
Murray's taken out low with his Dynamo, and they're going for a right-hand side push. Their right-hand side. Armor comes out. Murray is just taking names and gaining ink coverage all at the same time. Oh, the 180 flick almost coming out from Murray. Low is wise to that. MGJ trying to make a bit of ground. They have to protect that Rainmaker because they're coming around everywhere. The Alligators are just picking them off left, right, and centre.
Oh, MGJ waiting too long on those Tenta missiles, taking out the Booyah bomb.
It's interesting to note the Tenta missiles do a lot of damage. So if you're staying there in Booyah, trying to stay there for time, the Tenta missiles will stop that very soon.
They push up to 22 again. And they continue to pressure.
Pose with the flick, but unfortunately his last dash put him too far out of range, and MGJ takes the final shot. Ooh.
The double pro comp is quite interesting. It seems to be working well for them. They're sort of sitting one either side and doing their best to hold everyone at bay.
They do. They seem like they struggle with a bit of paint, but they have that.
Just the killing power.
They have the killing power.
And Dynamo's a nice pick for this map as well because of all the changing levels. Can hit people over the other side of walls and stuff like that. So
yeah, someone like Murray will abuse those angles as well. Oh no, he's been taken out. Murray's down. MGJ taking a fight. Cat taking the trade.
But Low's got a chance to run this up.
Yes, he does. Low and his swim speed. What's he doing? He's doing the Stingray juggle. Oh, unfortunately, he drops down to that Stingray.
Stingray had him dancing.
It's the most I've seen Low move. AO not able to get that trade. Cat's got to be careful. Someone just drops straight in front of him. Lobster taking out Murray. And Cat is trying to survey the position. Low manages to jump out successfully. But it's a very green map. They haven't got a lot of ways to move out of here.
And they've only got just over 30 seconds to go, so Queensland's going to have to mount a push very shortly. Still sort of just hemmed in this trench area. Cat trying to
Or
Get
I
a
think
dentist off, so.
three of them have been tented, which is going to paint their half of the map quite well, especially if they're spread out. It's a lot of ink on the field.
Oh, we are pushing Link towards low.
Rose trying to get some
Trying to
low
get those
bubbles in, but unfortunately...
They got a chance here, but MGJ's waiting for them.
Oh, he's moved back. It's probably a safer option for him to do that.
Oh, really good push by Queensland. Very coordinated.
It is, and they're doing it, and they're panicking.
Robson managed to, I think it might have been the splat bomb.
It was a splat bomb that came out at the end. It was a very structured push, and you started to see the Alligators break at the knees, and they were very hesitant and very panicky about trying to take out that Rainmaker.
Definitely getting nervous there, but managed to hold on. Heads up play by Lobster, getting the splat bomb down there.
First match goes to the Alligators. You see a lot of kills come out from Murray, but unfortunately, it's all about the possession of the actual Rainmaker and the objective itself. So next match we have Camp Triggerfish, is a new map that we haven't seen yet. Actually, a lot of these will be new maps, weren't they? That's
they
kind of designed like that.
There shouldn't be any repeats on maps.
Perfect.
Looks like we're having a sub, so we'll just hold on a second. But splat zones on Triggerfish, very interesting, very different kind of map with no bridge in between. So it's a long way to go to get to the other zone. You'll expect to see some longer range weapons, and maybe even like Explosh again that can hit the other zone from your side of the map. So
yeah, the final push on the left hand side for the what is it? It's great, and you have to. It's uninkable. You've got to have run speed to get up there. You've got to have 4 of them dead.
Oh, this is zones though.
Oh, this is zones, of course.
So you don't
of course, I was thinking about Rainmaker.
Yeah, no. But you do have, if you do flank, you still have to go over the netting, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So that would be uninkable, and it's just hard to get around and flank, and it's a long way to go, and you're giving up zone control if you do it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Most people find they're pairing off in a matchup like this, just trying to fight 2v2 either side with some longer range weapons on yours and some shorter range weapons on their side.
Yeah, I think often the strategy is to go, a pair on each zone.
Doesn't always work, especially if you're losing your 1v1s.
Yeah, if you start dying and you have to sort of switch sides, and you get a bit out of sync.
And you got to do it quick because it's splat zones, and that counts down real quick. All right, we're getting to our next match. Everyone's ready to play. We're in. Looking at the Alligators versus the Clownfish for the next set. This bronze match, so we're trying to figure out who's third between the two of these guys. They've both done very well throughout the day. Unfortunately, they lost 3-0 both to their other squad. But now we'll see how closely matched they were.
I've managed to pick out the Exploshes again, so 1 on each side.
Yes, nice.
That's another tick for me.
Yep, I'll write it in my pad over here.
So it's Alligators 1, Clownfish 0, and Checkers 1.
Skidder narrowly missing that. Oh, this is the first time we've seen some custom jewelries come out. It makes sense.
Yeah, given the range, and I think someone's flanking from the netting there, but I'm not quite getting the angle on that at the moment.
Yep. Or Skidder has managed to stay alive and get a jump in. AO providing that.
The splashdown, the jump in splashdown.
Yeah, Skidder's just trying to get a view on everyone and see what they're doing.
And Skidder and AO are pushed up, but it looks like Clownfish are trying to push the other zone as well.
And that range on those CDS is going to outdo any of the other maps. Unfortunately, he has to peek that angle, and when he peeks it, he'll get attacked.
AO being a
mini slosh was a big slosh, and the trade between the two of them.
The two teammates trading there.
We've done that a million times between each other. Pushed down to 42 from the Alligators, so there's going to be a big penalty being switched over.
Yeah, that's a strong push here, because the zones are so easy to flip. You only have to control one zone to stop that score ticking down. So
yeah,
Cat picking up another kill. It's funny, Cat gets kills when she's not even looking at them.
Yeah, it's the tender missiles and the order bombs,
Yeah.
isn't it? They're just prone for just putting pressure on the rest of the map. She doesn't need to be there.
It's really
Looking
interesting to
after
see
this.
the different play styles though.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you got the aggressive players, and then Cat can provide support and throw those tender missiles and everything out for her team.
AO with the bubble deny. They stopped all the bubbles popping there, and then they get to keep the zone. Cat having to be aggressive over this wall. Got to finish off AO quickly. Manages to do it directly with her own gun.
Throwing chickens at each other.
Yeah, a bit of chicken dodging going on.
Queensland's
Chicken
got-
going over, and she's done it again. Another pop from Cat, not looking.
I mean, I'd love to instant replay it, but it's just nothing happened.
Nothing happened. We're just literally watching names pop up at the bottom of the screen.
Queensland doing a really good job here.
Cozzie's
Though.
been spot by Murray, it looks like. No, Low has found the... Oh, Low and the angles!
Nice.
2 from 2, Low. Very well done. It's almost the same as Cat. He couldn't really see who he was killing. He just kind of had the arc.
Yeah, he knew where they were and really positioned himself well to make that X-Wash throw onto them.
Yeah.
And they're back in control here. Really putting on
Time's
pressure.
counting down. They almost got back. They were sitting on 50. Queensland are on 50 right now.
Yeah, and Alligators about to go through the penalty, so you see that score ticking down now.
Yep.
Into the 30s.
Oh, and they've... you'll notice as soon as that penalty goes that people are very quick to swap the zones because they can see that it's actually causing damage.
Queensland back in control now, so they are flip-flopping a bit, but
Oh, Link's got one clip. Oh, manages the
bubbles
safety
saving.
of the bubbles. Very well done, whoever... the bubble support coming in from the Explosher.
oh, and the specials pushing them out of the zone, and also the Explosher.
No choice but to walk back. There's 2 shots done from Link onto that SSP. MGJ drops Low, is in a bad situation at the back there. But he's just painting the zone. He doesn't really matter because he's an Explosher.
That's right, that's all he has to do. If he can hold on to this zone, then it stops the other team from scoring.
Now, I personally run Cozzie's build here, the CDS, the Custom Jewelry Squelchers with full MPU. So 3 hits to kill, which is really, really good. But you don't have a lot of ink in your tank, and you can't paint fast. You can paint distance, you can't paint fast.
Yeah.
So if he's building a paint like that, he can't be painting the zone. He's got to be taking out those kills.
Queensland's still doing a good job. It's been tough to hold onto these zones, but they're still in control, and they're almost through their penalty, and this is going to come down to the wire.
We're looking at the last final countdown to go 1-on-1. There needs to be a switch in the next 10 seconds because we're not going to get to overtime. If they've managed to take it.
Very nicely done.
And
by
that's
Queensland.
it.
Timed that to perfection.
They have.
See, they started to get sort of control of the map about halfway through, but they didn't quite fully take over until the end there and managed to hold them out. And yeah, the Alligators couldn't quite get back in at the end.
And Cat taking out those mass kills.
Cat's chickens.
Yeah,
taking out
her
12
support
people.
role. We're getting into our next match now.
Yep, so the next matchup will be on Anchovy Games Tower Control. Just letting the teams sub, but again, another map, and we talked about this earlier on Wahoo. It was the first map of the day, but another one where you've got that vertical section of the tower, and on this one it comes up to the plat, so there's opportunity for teams to throw bombs onto that tower and pressure it there before it moves up onto their arcade and towards their base. So that's probably the most challenging sort of area of tower movement in this map.
Yeah, if you're not an aggressive, if you're an accurate backliner whose job is to kill rather than to paint, you've got a pretty good safe area in Anchovy. You can stay up on that arcade. People have to get very close to you if they want to deal with you. And so if you're an Explosher is a pest up in that
Yeah,
in that back
can
line.
be. Yep.
And both squads have a good Explosher.
They do. We saw that on the last map. Definitely both teams are capable of running that. And I think we had another sub on the Alligators. We'll just have to wait and see who came in.
Was that low? I think it was low for Lobster.
May have been.
So we'll go into our next match, everyone. 1-on-1. The best of 7 for a bronze match. And yeah, Lobster has come in back for low. He had a great match last match. Unfortunately, he couldn't cap it out. I hope he doesn't take it too personally. But it was great by both squads. It just came down to that pressure from Queensland that was unable to break through it. Link opting for his charger. He's bringing it back, as well as Murray's on his dynamo. So there's two quite long-range weapons there.
Yeah, and the charger's really helpful on tower control. Has that Stingray special, so really helps them to stop the push.
And a lot of bombs being thrown up on that arcade. That's one bad thing about being a backliner on that arcade, is that people just litter it with splat bombs and tenters and toxic mists. You can see there's 2 on the tower now, so they're getting...
Oh, the splashdown sort of ends up between the 2 enemies there. Murray's going to put pressure on here, and there's a jump coming in as well. Oh, just misses Skidder. Might have got a weird angle on that wall there.
Yeah. Oh, Skidder getting 1 clip, but no, not enough. Link has been taken out as well, so looking at a 3-on-3 right now, but the pressure is still coming in from MGJ. Cat bringing out more missiles, which is just dissolving the pressure, at least for a few seconds, hoping to bring enough respite that they can actually defend it.
It makes that opposition scatter, puts them out of position, and hopefully her teammates can then take advantage.
AO is taking out Cozzy. Now they're getting some serious points on the board. We're going under 50. They're still getting that next...
Get through the next checkpoint.
Yeah, and Skidder's
and
bombs coming out.
3 down, so...
This is looking like a bit of a wipe from the Alligators, where this aggression's really paying off.
That's right. It can go in one of 2 ways, can't it? And it's been working for them most of the day. It didn't work in semi-finals, but
No.
they're back and then 3 down again. So they can work through this checkpoint. They might be able to knock them out.
Yeah, Cat's got a 1v3. It's very hard. It gets taken out by Lobster.
Queensland feeding a little bit there, but Link making some big shots.
Enough to take him down to 1 point. Easy. Now all they got to do is knock him out.
Yeah, simple.
It's fine. This is going to be a slog of a match if Clownfish want to bring themselves back into this. There are a lot of choke points there that they need to keep the constant pressure and take out key players.
You could see that Alligators had control for so long, but still didn't manage to knock them out. So it's going to be very hard for Queensland to come back here.
Agreed. Link trying to get him close with the splat bomb. Very aggressive coming out from that charger. Notices the air of their ways. Very hard with the charger, trying to look on the tower, and you've got 1 shot every few seconds, and you've got to pick them. You've got to pick what side that they're going to pop out of.
And these Alligators are flying everywhere, so it's hard to know which one to aim at first.
Yeah. And because there's now more front lines, there's more targets for him to pick, more for him to be distracted by. Oh, Cat's in a very unfortunate position. She's got 3 people on her. She manages to stay safe and pull back.
Oh, nice shot by Link.
Link put the charger inside that person's mouth and pulled the trigger. Here we see the fight back from... There needs to be a few more picks from Queensland. There you go. It's 1 down apiece. Murray is down. That's their key, one of their key slayers.
And
the VR bomb has taken out 2.
2 are down, so Alligators doing a good job of understanding the situation, not having to push too hard, and really setting up their defense and positioning quite well.
Yeah, they're... Oh, and Skitter is providing some excellent slosher play here.
Link again. He's had a really good game on Charger.
He is. Look how many alligators he's looking at. He doesn't know which one to pick.
Oh,
2 booyahs coming
booyahs,
through.
very nice.
He's got no point except to push back.
This was the coordination we were seeing in the group stages from the Allies. They didn't have it in the semi-finals.
No, they didn't. That's the first stinger I've seen come out from Lincoln. It seems to have disabled them, pushed them back a little bit, but it doesn't turf up a lot of ground like a couple of the other specials do.
Yeah, and Skidder managed to pick up Link with the slosher over the wall there, so nice play by the Allies.
And AO is just trying to minimise damage here and make sure that they just can't come back. He has no intention of hopping on that.
No.
One's coming up through Fan on the top left-hand side. No, they've managed, and AO doesn't really mind. He's just standing back, making sure he doesn't die. He's got a booyah ready for their checkpoint.
Yeah,
and watch it come out in 3, 2, 1. The
They just need to
booyah
get
has
onto that
finished.
tower.
Oh, but it's not enough. Murray has taken the... Oh.
Just couldn't get back on the tower after that booyah. Had
Yep.
them scattered.
Had him scattered. That goes to another match to the Alligators. Oh, it's 2-1 and a best of 7.
What we want. Nice close games.
Going into our clan blitz once again with two. They've proved that they're good teams, that they know how to work together with each other, and now we're seeing that coordination from the Alligators. Maybe we'll see a quick wipe with a few booyah push-ins.
Yeah, it's an interesting map, and often can be a bit of a stalemate in the middle because the clan basket's quite far away, like lengthwise. So we'll see how they try and manage that. But if you're right, if they get a bit of their special coordination and their jump-ins, they can score very quickly, and they might be able to jump the Queenslanders.
Yeah, I agree. There's a few opening strategies that you can use on this because it's such a long map, but it's very flat on the ground.
It is. So again, I wouldn't be surprised.
Tembrellas, ballers.
A K-Pro is nice on a nice flat map as well, and they've been running double K-Pro on in some comps, so wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Yeah, guess we'll wait and find out, but
Very close to getting into the next game.
I'm expecting it to be aggressive, whatever their comp is.
As we get into the next match of the bronze match, All-Star Invitational, where we see the Alligators and the Clownfish take it on in their first Clan Blitz of the series. Have they versed each other in Clan Blitz before?
Yeah, they would have. And the Alligators would have won, but I can't remember what map that was. So.
Yes, that's fine. So we watch them spread out in the middle. There's plenty of clams to pick up. We see that Tembrella. We see the armor come out from the Custom Junior. I think turf is very important in this big flat map.
Yeah, you can see the Custom Junior and also the NZAP on the other side, both providing armor.
Yes, they have. Murray's been taken out straight away by AO, almost being picked off by AO. AO's like beelining for Murray just to make sure that
He can sense him.
yeah knows where he's going to be on that map. Oh,
They're going to score early on here, and
straight away.
he's also got the booyah ready.
Murray's coming in instantly disarmed with that hammer. I think it was more a distraction technique than anything. Cat's come through with a double and managed to stay alive. Well done, Cat. You saw her come around the side and she ducks and weaves around the bottom left-hand corner after that ball's been thrown in to take out 1, to take out 2, and keep herself alive.
Great work on the instant replay.
Thanks, mate. So we have Cat on 7 clams here. There's only 9 in total, so she must be holding a lot. She has just lit herself up, picking up that 10th. which has allowed MGJ to track her with his Splatter Shot Pro very, very easy. And that ball dies, and along with it goes their hopes and dreams. Murray being taken instantly out by MGJ as well. Still a lot of purple going on.
He's got a ball, so I'm not sure why they weren't looking for him, but...
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to come in and score again?
No, yeah. Link's coming out with the... Ooh, not enough. Cat's having a... Oh my god, Cat manages to do again, take out AO. And did Cat drop down? No, Cat's still alive. Well done, Cat. Same camera angle. It's deja vu all over again. But these small pushes aren't going to... They're not enough to put Queensland out.
No, but Queensland haven't even looked like scoring yet, so... See if they can mount something here.
Link tries to pull out 3 bubbles. He's dancing through his bubbles with a heavy. Gets a kill and splat dashes away with a heavy. What is he doing?
Got another power clam in, so they're down to 60, but that might be it.
Much more close. Whoever is fighting at the corner there.
The camera angle is just fantastic. Auto spectate pulling through for us.
Has managed to just keep them distracted for long enough so it wasn't an instant counter push. Which is what you want when that situation gets pretty dire like that. AO walking away from his natural enemy, the curling bomb.
They're kind of just working for turf now.
They do. They need to get some picks and they need to collect some clams. There's not a lot of clam in the bank right now.
Yeah. Alligators up to 16, so they should be forming a couple of balls soon, and MGJ is going to sneak and maybe providing a jump-in option.
Yeah.
They might have spotted him though.
Might be something warming up there. Did they get taken down? No, Booyah Bombs come in. Lobs have been taken down, but there's been a flank from behind. AO still manages to get out when the hammer comes down. Now they've got to go up. He's died.
Score, but
the score's in. Oh, I really want to see someone fall in the ink, in the sink.
I really want to see anything.
Oh, he just jumped out. I mean, look, it was a successful jump out. Only halfway up the map, which was very good. There's another 8 clams next to him, which they can be picking up.
And save the power clam, which is the most important part.
That's it. So many people just throw away clams because thinking it's like the Rainmaker, where you just got to, make the yards.
Yeah.
He counted his losses. It was measured, and he jumped out.
They've got to jump in.
Oh, they do. Murray's sitting on 9. Murray's going to throw a 9 stack in.
Unaware. Oh, wow.
They've lost the lead. Look at this. And they're not getting back in time. Skiddy was trying to take out Murray, but it wasn't enough. Murray's still alive with that hammer. Comes through, takes out Lobster, who's got a few more clams. Murray just needs to throw them in. Murray, throw them in! Unfortunately, it was close. They could have won the game then and there, but a lead will have to do.
Yeah, they were only 4 clams away from the victory there.
MGJ is jumping around to what looks like defense, yeah?
Yeah, back to defense there.
Taking out Murray. And then jumping back. I thought there was a cooldown on throwing. No, it doesn't matter. He goes and he does his laundry, and he jumps back the other way. Cat's trying to stop them here. She's getting distracted by the second jump. The lead has been flipped back.
Again. Oh, wow.
12 seconds left. There's only 1 clam required, and the Alligators take that 3-1.
Wow, that went back and forth very quickly at the end there.
I didn't even know what to instant replay because we would have lost more stuff.
Yeah, no, good choice not doing it.
Yeah.
Clownfish got the sneaky jump and took the lead, but couldn't maintain it as the Alligators came back ferociously. Because they've got all those teeth.
Oh, jeez.
We've been streaming for a while.
No, it's good. We wanted to find out what a bronze match is, and now we're seeing it. Alligators look like they're coming ahead, look like they've got this next match, but...
They're game point.
Clownfish had a very, very good push, but I don't know if it was a strategy thing or if they just caught them unaware, like a one-off. Hopefully it's not a one-trick pony. Yes, says Checkers.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out the maps.
Yeah, multitasking.
But we're moving on to Rainmaker Kelp Dome. So I wonder, I'm not seeing any subs, so Low might not be getting his blob of wishes for the Rainmaker, unfortunately. But
no, that's okay. It's alright.
They've been better off without him.
he's done a very good job today. But the Alligators have a very strong team. With or without Low,
it's hard
it
to
is
pick,
still it is a very, very strong team. And it's good. I think we've seen the most substitutes out of...
Possibly out of them. We have streamed them the most as well, so we've probably noticed it more. But they have been swapping a few people through, and even more so maybe in the bronze match, now that they can't quite get their hands on the gold that they so desired.
Yes, much like Australia in the recent basketball.
Yeah, which don't change the channel, but I think they're playing the bronze medal match shortly as well.
Okay. After this, you can watch that. We'll allow it.
Yes. Go Boomers.
Go. Khan Paddy Mills.
Yes. In Paddy we trust.
In Paddy we trust. So we have one more match. No, we have 3 more matches here, but the next match is the match point.
Yeah, well, they're on match point. Alligators just got to win one of the next 3, and they get a little bronze medal emoji next to their names in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
so,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy.
So they can always remember that they didn't come first.
And on that note, the dingle has gone off, and the dingle says that we must go to gameplay. We're going with our next match, Rainmaker Kelp Dome. So this is a lot of ups and downs. There's a mesh running straight through the middle of it. There is advantages and disadvantages to so many guns that we just couldn't talk about it all right now.
No, and are we calling that noise the dingle? Is that the official name?
Are we stuck on that? Is it?
Yeah, we're going dingle? Okay.
It's definitely a dingle. It's almost onomatopoeia. You just say it and it's a dingle. So... sorry, mate. Cat taking the quick kill off Lobster. And this is looking like a pop and run.
Yeah, Queensland pushing quickly.
Here we go. This is what we like to see. Unfortunately, Cat running directly behind the Rainmaker makes her more of a target, and she can't actually paint in front, so they missed out on precious points.
They did, but they also seemed to catch the allies a little bit unaware, and
they did.
And they got to 42, which isn't too bad on this map.
Murray.
We see Murray trying to take control of the middle.
This is the map for Murray. This is the dynamo level, because being able to fling through those meshes, over walls, above, it's an all-rounded weapon, and you've got a lot of cover to hide behind as well.
AO being spotted by someone up top middle who might be booyahing as well. AO's just putting pressure on them without trying to give up his life here.
Yeah, and so should a good backliner. He's doing a very good job here of keeping the pressure up while not dying.
See Queensland.
Look at all 4 of them.
All bunched together.
There's been a DC.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god, I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
what is this tactic?
Knock it out.
Okay, alright, good on him. We'll do a rematch here, guys.
Really unfortunate for Queensland. Because they were looking pretty good.
We could have got a bloody dunk. I love it.
Alright, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
They finally get there. Yeah, Queensland had a really nice push there, and they sort of were in control, but the DC. You right?
Yeah, I have a light bloom happening behind me here, and I hasn't quite figured out how to figure that out.
That's just the light shining out your bum.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, so unfortunate for Queensland having the DC there, and while they were in a pretty good position. So we'll just wait for the disconnected player to come back in. Who was that? Link, maybe this time. They're taking in turns to DC in games, Queensland.
Yeah.
But, yeah, hopefully they can get back in, and hopefully they can have another shot at trying to knock them out.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they can pick up that surprise push that they did. It's hard to pick it up a second time, as we saw in that disconnect that happened before.
Yeah, that's right. It's really frustrating for everyone, but especially the team in the lead when the disconnect happens. But they get the free replay as part of the rules, so
yeah.
We just all have to deal with that.
We're just seeing up on here the Firetail All-Stars. Dark Mesh is watching the Firetail All-Stars on the train. What dedication! The mobile watch for us.
Nothing else to do with the train.
Nothing else to do with the train. May as well listen to these guys. Great.
So let me just.
Oh, I'm just gonna. Yeah, don't mind that. Bloom over that side.
All good.
So, we've got everyone back in the lobby, have we?
We are just waiting for Link to rejoin. So, see how we go. Give him a couple of minutes.
I will.
Maybe let's have
Cut
a
to
look
a
at
break.
Well,
look at
let's back to the map list and we'll talk about them. And obviously, these are the same maps that the grand finals will be playing. So
yes, so all our insights that we push through here can go straight
just remember them so we don't have to say it again.
Yeah.
But so after this, if the Clownfish can manage to get the win, we'll go to the Reef Splat Zones. And then if they were to push it to a Game 7, it's I think it's Humpback Pump Track, the tower control.
It is, yeah. Both interesting maps with their own sets of quirks. But we'll see if we can even make it to that Splat Zones. We've got Link now back, everyone's readying up.
Yep, they have to keep the same weapons. And
yep, and if a DC happens again, we just keep playing. So we'll see no group of Queenslanders, bogans all together with their double pluggers.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Queensland don't have another replay, so I mean, unfortunately, if Allies were to disconnect, they might get a replay. But let's just pray to the internet gods so that doesn't happen.
Yep. Our Lord ScoMo. All right. So those two SP S Pros coming out. Now, I didn't see much of that sploosh last time. Maybe that's because he DC'd. But it's going to be very interesting to see if people will fall for the sploosh. It covers a lot of ground, and I know he grabbed the hammer variation of it.
He does.
There's a lot of tight corridors around here, so if he can set up a push behind...
Yeah, especially once you get to the street.
Yes.
If you can hammer in, the Rainmaker can just follow you through.
Yep, and there's a 4-man push coming from the Alligators on the right-hand side. Cat is trying to stay alive on the... Or she had great positioning, but unfortunately there comes through with the...
Oh, I think Link picked up a double.
Oh, yes, taken out too.
Also got taken out.
Diffuse that situation, which is great for the Queenslanders.
Still pressure on Queensland, though. They're 2 down.
Oh, and Cat's been taken out from the mesh up the top. There's 2 of them down. Murray's just actually come back. And MGJ using a bit of spot jumping to figure out a very nice spot for the Booyah there to help out with the push.
Oh, and that Booyah's going to stop that push.
It is straight away. A nice defensive Booyah comes out. They're trying to find a way through that street.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest choke point in this map.
It is. MGJ just avoiding the splat bomb.
Oh, and Splat dashing out into safety. He knows he's been damaged. And it looks like a left push is coming out. So a common tactic on this map is that when you've got a lot of pressure from one side and all the Incas on that side, pick it up and run the other way, really.
Yeah, it's a funny map with the sort of all the walls and barricades. It's hard to get. It's hard to get on this left side, but you do have the protection of the walls to get the Rainmaker out.
But people will just lob and throw every lethal bomb that they have.
Rainmaker's about to reset as well. They didn't quite get hold of it. Lobster's in trouble here.
Oh, very interesting technique. He was just trying to stall to get that reset, I think. But Cozzy caught him unaware from behind and managed to even break through the... Now the Booyah comes out.
Oh, he's gonna get...
A lot of damage coming out, but the armor holding true, but no kill.
Oh,
A couple of slides coming out. Oh, Skidder.
And then
Cozzy with a double. And he's hunting down the Rainmaker. Can't go anywhere, AO.
AO picks the wrong side to shoot at, unfortunately for him.
Cozzy's done a very good job. This is 2 weapons that I've seen come out from Cozzy that have been...
Yeah, he's a strong player.
He is.
Probably someone that we haven't come across too much, I think. But proving his worth for sure for Queensland.
Cozzy,
Nice
what a choice to jump out. If it would have been a fly on the wall that got blown up.
Is that what, I don't know.
You know that saying?
Yeah, the blowing up flies saying.
Yeah. And MGJ decides to retreat because that just seems like the better option at this point. Now looking at, there hasn't been a big push by anyone. This will be probably... double being taken out. Who killed both of them?
Yeah, the Alligators had the nice push early on, but other than that, it's been pretty hotly contested in the middle.
Yeah, see, and then Skidder easily avoiding that sploosh spread just by getting a bit of distance. There's not a lot that sploosh can do. AO is pushing up as the backliner, doing a very good job of keeping him at bay though. Doing it safely the best he can. Now, got to be careful of Murray flicking stuff over walls, which he's infamous for on this map. Link has found someone behind. Oh, probably unnecessary for the hammer, but doesn't matter because he's going around and he's making his way through the Alligators. Oh, comes behind it. Easy kill. Doesn't matter. Pull out the Wooby Whacker. Take him out. Followed by the second kill. Very good. Very well done.
Oh, and they're trying to get the jump here. If Link can drop in there.
Link, just get down and drop.
Drop and get the point.
Maybe it wouldn't be 42.
Oh,
doesn't matter. He's
MJ with the Rainmaker.
busy taking kills.
Another double.
He has single-handedly held them down while his whole team has managed to come back. This is going to be a very good push if he can just drop down and get it. And no... Oh, they're panicking.
These are the points.
There's the drop. There's the lead. 16 seconds left. Unfortunately, they're unable to hold him back, but that's a great push from the Clownfish. AO setting up, and with the rest of the AL setting up for the final push, that rain coming through.
They're only 6 points behind, but...
There won't be any more respawns now. AO is... What is he deciding? He wants to get a few picks from the back there. He's managed to survive long enough for Lobster to make it back into the fray.
They're pretty strong, and this could be a nice push.
They've pushed a few. No!
It's under pressure.
That's not enough. He lost the Rainmaker, so that must have been...
That's Clownfish pulling out a clutch win there.
What a win from the Clownfish. Don't listen to the music there. We're happy for the Clownfish to win. Unfortunately, it has to pick a winner and loser on this map.
Really even spread from all the players there. Whew. This bronze game, I'm glad we chose to stream this.
Yeah, this has been the closest match pretty much the whole tournament.
Yeah. Maybe the New South Wales WA game, but other than that, this is definitely up there.
It was a great game to watch.
We'll just wait and see if there's any subs, but otherwise we're going to be moving on to Splat Zones on the Reef, which has 2 zones either side of a bridge. And again, that split level play where you can either sit up above the zones or you can be on the ground fighting for them. So it'll be interesting to see how the 2 teams approach this one.
They recently did a change to this map as far as the zone goes underneath.
Yeah, it used to be
Was it on the bridge?
Yeah, it used to be completely under the bridge, like one zone.
Oh, yep.
And then they split it to 2 zones, slightly less under the bridge, I guess.
Very easy to get your own zone. You pretty much have to get just out of spawn and you can get something that will paint your own zone.
Yeah.
What's the hard bit is getting theirs. Because as soon as you go and try and get them, they're throwing bombs from spawn. They're jumping on top of you from the top bridge. You'll see very quickly in this match how contested those 2 points get.
Yeah. I mean, Splat Zones, we say this about Splat Zones a lot, but it's about capping those zones and then moving up and keeping them as far away from zones as possible so they can't throw the bombs, they can't
Lockout
use
is
long range.
Absolutely important on this for sure. Getting some good Splatoon tunes in for this next match. This is a personal favourite of mine. Cat instantly taken down. It's going to be a 4v3 coming up from the Alligators. Oh, and MGJ takes down Cozzy. Only a few points before it was switched back. They're having trouble holding on. They've got Node in control on top of that bridge, which means that MGJ needed to come back.
MGJ picked up Murray. I didn't think he was aiming at him. Just happened to pop up in his reticle.
So we'll see some. The first push was for 20 points, and we'll see Cats managed to bring two more in, and they can't even hold it for a little bit before the Alligators are straight back from the zone.
Yeah, I think that Explosion is going to put a lot of pressure on the zones.
Yeah, who have we got for backline? We've got a very aggressive gomp coming out from the Clownfish, and pretty similar from both teams. The Explosion is probably the longest range.
Yeah, for sure. And Cat just trying to avoid all these specials coming out.
Yes, Cat's got to dash away from this if she wants to stay alive, and she's very successful while getting those missiles as well.
Queensland with the lead at the moment.
Cozzy's just taking down quite easily. They should be able to get that back. AO running into a common problem with the Explosher, running out of ink. Oh, Cozzy has no ink to get away from that and must blow up.
And you can see now they're pushing forward, trying to get them at their spawn, not let them paint these zones.
BO bomb coming in from the backhand side. You can't leave the points. The points keep ticking, so they've got to push forward. They've got to get a Link's trying to go for a... As soon as someone gets caught, they're being chased by a baller. You'll notice the teammates all flock back and they just try and help blow up that baller.
Yeah, and they had the armor as well, so could bounce off him and not take any damage.
That's it. Would have been 3 bounce backs to try and to kill him. Would have been too long. Sprinklers are great on this map, throwing him up on top of the bridge and just letting him get you a bit of residual ink.
The bottom of the bridge as well.
Yes, definitely. Yep. Cozzy just looking around, finding no one to fight, but has definitely oh, there they are. They're all 3 of them.
Now
on
he's
top
found
of the
them all.
bridge.
Yeah. And the jump out just manages to get out of there.
Successful jump. Unfortunately, they lost the zone, but it's not just up to Cozzy, so he made a good choice getting out of there. There's a lot of ink near there. They're trying to lock them out. Alligators are trying to lock out Queensland, but it doesn't...
Yeah.
Cozzy manages to escape, but there is a lot going on. There is... Oh, gets cancelled out by Skidder, or was it Murray up on the corner? No, it would have been Skidder. Murray's on his team. Murray
Probably wouldn't have shot at him.
No.
Might have.
He might have tried.
Queensland.
One tap, there's 50 damage done. Or couldn't walk his way around the corner.
Finds a shark. Roll around looking for them.
Booyah comes out from Link. Oh, double shot. Well done, Link with the slosher. Managed to successfully retreat. 2 drops, 4 dashes.
Running out of ink.
Running out of space, running out of everything. Look at this. You can't.
It has come through and take the zone back and give them the penalty.
An absolute slugfest. All you can do is sit and enjoy the ride, to be honest.
And we're almost down to just 1 minute left, and score's still very close. 10-point lead to the Alligators.
Lobster being taken down. Link with the double. They're probably going to cap this zone as MDJ backs off, and you quickly saw Link was trying to look after this top bit here. Gets an explosion behind him. He didn't even expect it, and takes out the second one there. Queensland take the zone, and Cat is just trying to hold that top bit.
Oh, they're working hard, Queensland, trying to keep this penalty ticking down. They're only 14 points behind, so it doesn't take too long for them to take the lead here. And they've been the masters of the late comeback victory.
That's it. Oh, they've only got 6 points with no penalty to work through.
Oh, lots
unlucky.
of trades.
They've given him a nice penalty to work with. So if anyone wants to win this, they've got to be able to hold this point through to overtime. So
we can try and take their zone back.
It looks like it's going to be an Alligator victory if...
Yeah, they just need to hold on for 15 more seconds. AO
pressure is coming.
Or
AO with a very tactical point sensor, getting anyone on the bridge by throwing at the bottom of the bridge.
Queensland's taking control here, and if they can hold on, they might be able to take the lead.
AO's been down, but they've got to go back to the zone. There's two. Oh. Yes, instantly Link taking down 2 of them.
Queensland might get the job done here.
They're holding on to it. They've got 6 seconds left. 5 points to work through. One of the zones has been taken. They've got to push back and get one of the guys up on the ramp. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. Link takes out another 2. 2.
Oh!
They've done it.
Game 7. Here we come. That was insane.
Holy bajolies, man.
We all need to have a little nap after that one. That was too much.
All right, guys, we were stopping for a 15-minute siesta.
Oh, Link comes in clutch with that slosher.
Watching Link throughout that, I've never seen the slosher flick so quick.
Yeah, he moves very quickly. Quick hands.
Quick hands. And he doesn't waste any of those throws. It's just 1 hit, 2 hit, they're gone. That's enough about that. Who's next?
We're moving on to Humpback Pump Track on tower control. This will be interesting because I really like the dynamo on this map. This causes a lot of trouble and it might suit Murray and it might suit Queensland. So,
because it's not just up and downs, it's ramps.
Yeah,
it's like
it's undulating.
Mountains.
It's undulating throughout the whole map. So
undulating.
Yeah, nice word, eh?
Yeah, that's a word for today.
So it could be really useful. So this might play into the hands of Queensland a little bit, but I've been proven wrong many times.
Getting into the final match now. We've got everyone organised. So they're
just selecting their gear and readying up. And this is it, Game 7 of the bronze match.
Perfect.
I mean,
what a series so far. A 3-on-3 series. And to think we weren't going to stream this.
I know. This was a good decision by us.
This was a very good decision. We make good decisions.
Just making it up on the fly and getting a few things right. So happy days for us.
All right, guys, regardless of whether you want to see more of this or not, this is the final match to decide who is third in the Firetail All-star Invitational between Queensland and the Queensland Clownfish and the Alligators, the Allied Alligators. So we're going to see them fly into the centre like nobody's business to start off with.
And again, you see Lobster running the Splash Shot Junior, getting that armour.
Armour within 20 seconds.
Important for the pushes, getting through the checkpoints to have that armour.
More important, while he's farming it, he can't be dying. He has to be going in, and he's being outranged by everything here. Really, all he can do is apply pressure with a splat bomb every now and then.
Yeah.
And hope that his team is doing the rest of the work.
He needs to just control the paint.
That's
his team movement areas to move in.
Yes, and he pulled away the auto bomb for Skidder, making it a successful jump for him. Very good work.
Lobster's pulled out that
ball is coming in.
Look at him fly off the tower.
Pushed him off the tower.
More tenters from Kat. And
Kat's been very consistent, and look at that drop off. It's been a pleasure watching her because her role has been cemented.
It is.
She's doing a really good job.
It's very different to how a lot of other people we're seeing play, but it seems to be just as effective.
Yeah, a lot of people can get sucked into the play, but I feel that she's doing a very good job. Cozzy's caught in an awkward position down here with his remix heavy, but doesn't matter, he's back on the point. Is Cozzy backlining now?
Can do it all, apparently. Queensland.
Look at this.
Up to checkpoint 2 already. Getting through that very quickly as well. And
yeah, now MGJ's under a bit of pressure on the left-hand side. Dies quickly to 1 hit from Link, and must have been clipped by someone else.
Oh, nice
Link. Methodical, picked apart by Link. Link, 2 for 2.
Queensland pushing this. They can knock this out.
Oh, that was great to see.
Oh, Link just coming under a bit more pressure. They get some
it's been a good stop there by the Alligators. Now they've got to reclaim a lot of this map. They've got to get their armor up, all their specials, and they've got to get a few quick picks to keep that spawns desynced.
Yeah, that was a huge push. And they're gonna have trouble
10-9
back in, especially on this map. It's a tough one.
MGJ not riding particularly, now he's hopped on, but he was just kind of pushing forward and letting the tower come back by itself. Skidder's jumping back into the fray. All 3 of the Queensland players are just sitting around this snipe area, just trying to stop them from just rolling over him.
Yeah, they still need to be aggressive even though they have that big lead. They don't want to let them get through the checkpoints, and they also don't want to sit back and end up getting stuck in their spawn.
Lobster coming up with another armor, waiting for Skidder to come into the fray.
Yeah, and we've heard from Gabe saying Lobster's rocking the Afro Junior.
The Afro Junior, the Bob Ross special. That is definitely a Gabe classic. Shout outs to Gabe in that Afro. Who wore it better? You decide.
We need a Twitter poll.
Kat once again turned away from the play as she exploded Skidder.
I reckon if she looked at her spawn more, she'd get more kills.
Yeah, that's it.
Seems to be how it works.
It's a turnaround 360 or 180. I'm not very good with
Angles.
degrees.
Do you have any?
Stopping. Cozzy trying to sit behind that, but it's just not enough. They've done their push for today. It's them kind of keeping the pressure up more than anything.
And trying to shorten the game time. So they're down to a minute already. If they can keep the tower on the other side of the map, then they're looking pretty good. And they might just cement this come from behind victory. They were down 3-1 and they pushed back to 3-3 and they're looking like they could win it. But as we've seen with the other matches, you never know.
No, you don't. They've got to come up with something pretty special in the next 40 seconds. MGJ trying to find a flank around the right-hand side has been spotted by Cozzy, who sees everything, who is everyone, and can play everything. Cozzy is... and MGJ gets taken down by the Coz.
Because?
Yeah, just because.
We've got nicknames.
Well, I feel like I'm closer to him now after watching him from one tournament.
People's hero.
Yeah. We didn't choose him.
Allies trying to build a push here. Only 10 seconds to go. They need to stay on that tower.
They do. They managed to take out one of the Queensland players, and all four of them are up. Now, two of them are down. There's a booyah bomb kind of coming from what it looks like will come from Cozzy. Someone's got to help out with that tower, because if Cozzy can unleash that, then that's game. It's all it took.
Beautifully
Someone
played.
needed to look after that.
Yeah, he's thrown the booyah and then jumped straight on the tower, so...
Is that a Clownfish?
That's a Clownfish coming back.
That is a Clownfish.
3-1 down.
3-1 down to take
the
that bronze. Congratulations to
Queensland. Yes, and Link again showing his hard work on the slosher there.
All four of those players played integral roles.
Oh yeah, no, they had to work together to win this. It was very impressive coordination, and they got the job done. They all played their role, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see how well they all work together that quickly. And they were a bit shaky at the start.
Well, like Kat said in the interview in the pre-game show, I mean, they sort of gelled well and their comps worked well together straight away. So they obviously had that advantage, and they managed to turn the tables on Allies who beat them in the group stages. So really impressive. Yeah,
I think Link's slosher on the reef beforehand was a key performance to take away from that.
Definitely. And
that win really cemented the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, Allies looked like they had it absolutely wrapped up. They were already looking at the bronze medals in their hands, and they were snatched away from them. So
they were straight out of their little toothy mouth. The alligators, because they're crocodiles and they got lots of teeth.
Yes.
Not like their mouth, but like alligators.
Got it.
All right. Cool. Now,